Hi, good day everyone. My name is SIYUAN and I'm from SEGI University, Malaysia. I will present my paper, and the title is Fake News and Storytelling: The Mediation Effect of Investor Sentiment in China. To begin with is the introduction. Today, the internet has become an incredible source of news and information. The spreading of fake news through social networks has gained significant concern both in academics and the business market. Fake news has become responsible for leading misinformation as more people have become consuming and believing these fake articles just read the headline without checking the facts and sharing incorrect information. In addition, in the stock market, investors deal with a variety of information every day. The slight changes in that information can affect the expectation of investors and affect the stock price. With the fake news, investor sentiment is also dominating factor for changing the decision in the stock market. Therefore, the research will explore the impact of fake news on stock returns in China and what mitigating role investor sentiment plays in it. Next, let's move on to the problem statement. First problem is the intensity of fake news through social media. With the intense use of social media, maximum fake information is spreading randomly through it, and thus it becomes a major concern in this study. The second problem is the lack of knowledge to predict stock return. Investors depend on the circulation of news. However, fake news causes major fluctuation in stock price and creates disturbance. No particular knowledge is applied by the investors to identify the originality of those pieces of information and also other financial and economic knowledge to predict. And driving investor sentiment in the stock market through fake news is identified as the third major problem. Then it's research questions. The study intends to solve the following three questions. Question 1. Does investor sentiment reflect irrational investors' wrong anticipation of future earnings? Question 2. What impact does investor sentiment play in deciding how investors react to company-specific earnings news? Question 3. How can the stock market's quick reactions to fake news is influenced by investor sentiment? Hence, the first research objective is to test that investor sentiment reflects irrational investors' wrong expectation of future earnings. The second research objective is to explore the role of investor sentiment in determining the response of stock returns to company-specific earnings news. The third research objective is to verify the mitigating effect of investor sentiment on the rapid response of the stock market to fake news. That is conceptual framework of the research. Independent variable is fake news. Dependent variable is stock return, and mitigating variable is investor sentiment. This study will investigate how fake news affects stock return through investor sentiment. Then four hypotheses are proposed. Hypothesis 1. There is a significant relationship between fake news and stock return. Hypothesis 2. There is a significant relationship between stock return and investor sentiment. Hypothesis 3. There is a significant relationship between fake news and investor sentiment. Hypothesis 4. Fake news, stock return, and investor sentiment are interconnected and have a significant relationship. Next, I will talk about research methodology. The research methodology of this study is quantitative using questionnaire. The questionnaire was distributed to the respondents through Google Forms. As for population, the population of the study include respondents who are in some of the top managerial positions in the neatest companies in the Chinese stock market, and for sample size, 110 respondents have been chosen. Besides, SPSS is used for data analysis. After that is expected finding. Firstly, fake news has obvious negative effect on stock returns. Secondly, investor sentiment has mediation effect on the influence of fake news on stock return. Thirdly is expected contributions. This research would be beneficial for both companies and investors and people as well as for the academic. As for significance to the academic, this research would be able to help the next researchers for further study. It also would allow the researchers to gather enough knowledge about the investor sentiment and how it impacts the Chinese stock market effectively, which would be very beneficial to continue the study for more authentic data and knowledge. In terms of significance to the company and the investors, it can improve investor literacy and inform the companies that fake news impact the market negatively. Besides, this research is beneficial in describing the influencing factors so that the people would know the impact of factors in the stock market. It also would be able to create awareness among people about the fake news of the stock market. Thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation.